Okay, then coming to next topic, formation of image by a concave mirror. Before we discussed rules obtaining image by a concave mirror. Now let us know formation of image by a plane mirror. As we discussed how the image is obtained by a plane mirror, right? The position of the image, the nature of the image, right? Now let us discuss where the image of an object is formed when we place in front of a concave mirror. We have 6 cases, that means 6 positions of an object we placed, then different images is formed, different types of images are formed. Let's know their position and their position and image, where the image is formed. First, case 1. Case 1. Case 1. That means if the image, the object is at infinity. At infinity. Object is at infinity. Infinity in the sense, if the light rays are obtaining or incident from very long distances, you can say to be infinite. So, case 1. Case 1. A concave mirror. Concave mirror. We know principal axis, pole, pole, ah, principal axis, principal axis. So we need to remember the rules also. We remember the rules, rule 1, rule 2, rule 3 and rule 4, which are already we discussed. At infinity in the sense parallel rays, parallel rays, parallel ray, parallel ray. We know the light ray which is parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it passes through focus, rule 1, passes through focus, rule 1. So it passes through focus. With the single light ray, we cannot determine the position of an image. At least we require 2 light rays. At least we require 2 light rays. So, with a single light ray, it is not possible. It is not possible. So, we have to take one more light ray, which is also parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it passes through focus. So, here it is the focus, here it is the center of curvature, center of curvature. So, where the image is formed? At the focus, at the focus. That means we know the image is formed at the point where all the reflected rays are converged. All the reflected rays are converged. All the reflected rays are converged. So here the reflected rays are meet at the point. That point is a focus. So at the focus, the image of an object is formed. So if the object is placed at infinity, where the image is formed? At focus, at focus. A point size image, a point size image is formed. So highly diminished, highly diminished image is formed. Very small, like a dot, or a highly diminished image is formed. So real and inverted. Generally, real image formed, real and inverted. Small size image of an object is formed when we placed at infinity. So at infinity, the image is formed at infinity. Then case 2, case 2, case 2, the object is placed behind the center, behind the center of curvature, behind the center of curvature. So case 2, case 2, case 2, where the image of an object is formed, where the image of an object is formed in case of object is placed, object is placed at object is placed at behind the center of curvature, behind the center of curvature. So case 2, case 2. Principal axis, concave mirror. If it is the center of curvature, if it is center of curvature, and it is the focus, and it is the focus, right? The object is placed behind the center of curvature, behind the center of curvature, behind the center of curvature. Right. Object AB or object AB. Object AB. So, rule 1 you have to take. First one. Parallel to the principal axis. So we must take the scale and draw diagrams neatly. Parallel to the principal axis, what will happen? After reflection, it passes through focus. It passes through focus. Draw diagrams very clearly. Otherwise, we did not get the of correct position of image. Correct position of image. Right. Passes through the focus. With a single light ray, as usually, we cannot uh, know the formation of or a position of image. So that's why let's take the second one for example. Through focus, through focus. If light ray is passes through focus, what will happen? We know after it after it after passes after reflection, it is more parallel to the principal axis, parallel to the principal axis. So as we know the image is formed where the object is where the object is where the reflected rays are converged at a point. Reflected rays are converged at a point. So here Where the image is formed, let us find out the position of an image. Find out the position of an image. So the object is placed behind the center of curvature. Behind the center of curvature, the image is formed here. The image is formed here. So A, B. A, B. See, size, same size or different size, different sizes, different size, vertically down formed. So, where it is formed between C and F, between C and F, the image is formed. So, if the object is placed behind the center of curvature, behind center of curvature, the image is formed between, the image is formed between center of curvature, center of curvature and focus, between C and F, between C and F. Small image or same size image or small image. So small, small and diminished, small and diminished. Real image and inverted image. Real and inverted. Real and inverted. So then case 3. Coming to the case 3. Case 3. The object is at the center of curvature. At center of curvature. That means at C. At C. What happened if the object is placed at the center of curvature? Case 3. Case 3. It is at infinity. At infinity. It is behind C. Now at C. At C. So concave surface or concave mirror, pole, principal axis, if it is considered C, if it is the focus. So now the object is placed at C. The object is placed at C, A, B position. As usual, take parallel to the principal axis. Parallel to the principal axis, incident ray. After that, what will happen? It passes through focus. We know very well. Passes through focus. Then let us take the one more light ray. As usually, the second one take parallel through focus. If the light ray is passes through focus, what will happen? It reflected in the same direction. It reflected to reflected parallel to the principal axis. Parallel to the principal axis. Now see, we must draw the diagram neatly. We must draw the diagram correctly. Correct diagram should be drawn. Otherwise, we should not get the position of image. Here it is the focus. Reflected ray. Second reflected when the object is placed, when the object is placed at center of curvature, at C, at C. Okay, hope you understood case 1, case 2, case 3. So observe that where the image of an object is formed. Observe the position of object, position of image, size of image, nature of image.